okay, this is for real, man. Like, no more playing games.
Why wouldn't you want to protect your people?
It has changed everything. We've lost too many people to think that this is just gonna go away.
No one should have to bury their own kid, and I see it all the time now. And it's frustrating, and it's getting old, and we just want it to be over.
Our people have always been warriors. They shielded and protected us when danger was present. Today, we are facing an invisible threat. We have already lost too many. We need to be warriors again.
I thought we were safe. It just seemed so far away. You heard about Seattle and Washington and California, and we were in Montana, and I just didn't think it would come here as quickly as it did.
It was a trip because I remember sitting here and then watching the news. Nobody was dropping around, dying around us. Nobody personally was dying or getting sick. So I think that was part of why we got so relaxed too, because it took longer to get to Montana.
We were hearing about it, but it wasn't in Montana. And then maybe 3 or 4 days after the banquet, I developed a cough. And then by the 5th day, I could barely breathe.
I felt flu-like symptoms for about a day and a half or so, and then I started to get better. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to be one of these easy cases. And then Ms. Rona decided otherwise and came back with a vengeance. And I ended up with COVID pneumonia. And after I started to get better, when they did the x-rays, my lungs were pretty scarred.
Well, the COVID, it really messed me up, man. It got me good. Hospitalized for 6 days. My oxygen level was terrible. I got down really low. Close to, I wouldn't say I'm in the ventilator, but had I not went to the hospital when my wife wanted me to, I don't know, I'm not sure.
When I got COVID the second time, I was really lax about it because things were starting to open up again, and I had that, well, I've already had it mentality. I won't get it again, and then I got it again. The second COVID was really bad. My mom was scared I wasn't gonna make it. On March 18th, I couldn't walk. My legs were so swollen, and my son was 8 at the time. He pushed me into the hospital in a wheelchair and brought me to the doctor, and then I was transferred to Missoula in end-stage renal failure. After the last bout of COVID is when the vaccinations came, and so I had to wait 90 days after I had COVID to get the vaccination.
The first strain seemed to affect the elderly more. The infection rate was a little bit lower, but the mortality rate was a lot higher. It went from this is an illness that kind of clears out the herd. It kills old people, and I'm 25, I'm gonna be fine. Delta didn't really care how old you were. It was giving it to a lot younger people, and then if they had any underlying disease they didn't know about, or even if they're 100% healthy, sometimes COVID just wins.
When you're in the hospital and you can't see your family, these guys are coming in suits, you're just isolated. It really changes your whole perspective on like, all right, maybe I should take this a little bit more for real.
97% of people that are admitted to our hospital right now are unvaccinated. And anecdotally, for me, every person that I've intubated that goes on a ventilator that's unvaccinated doesn't survive. 100% mortality rate. If you are vaccinated, the odds of getting intubated are a lot lower, and the odds of surviving if you do are infinitely higher. So the people that are protected do better, and that's the point of the vaccine. It's not, I'm not gonna get sick. It makes you less sick, and it makes you sick for a less amount of time. And so you're less likely to pass it on to somebody else that's, say, not able to get the vaccine because they're immunocompromised, things like that. One of the bigger things is the frustration within the medical community right now is we keep feeling like we have an answer, and then the answer is shut down by misinformation and people thinking they know better. And then we get this solution, which is the vaccine, which is mass, and people are saying absolutely not. I did my own research. It's hard to swallow that pill because the amount of school that I went to, and then someone listens to a podcast and they think that we're the same, that's extraordinarily frustrating. There are people that are infinitely smarter than me that studied this all for the last year and a half. They found the answers and we're saying, no, we're smarter than you. It's really frustrating.
This is a world pandemic. This isn't a isolated thing to the Florida Reservation, to the state of Montana, to the United States. It's the world. And people are in this false narrative of conspiracies, and it's not. People die. People die. I know people that have died.
My family and I actually lost my yaya, my grandma, to COVID. She contracted COVID November of 2020, and she did pass from it. And that's been one of the hardest things I think I've had to deal with. Dealing with COVID now, like I got the shot as soon as I could. Just because like I didn't want to be on those machines, and I didn't want to see anybody I loved on those machines. And
We've all lost somebody that we know and that we're close to. And until it affects them personally, they're not going to recognize the damage that they're doing.
When things hit home, like when something affects you personally, you kind of tend to take things more seriously. And that's just the way we are. Been smart enough, because didn't have the shot. I didn't have the shot. And my wife had the shot. Like my wife got a sniffle, from me. I'm dying, she's right there, she gets a sniffle, So I think that's why people and they look at, they're like, oh, you got a 99% chance of surviving. Well, okay, it is 99%, but I got the 1%, man. I got it. So it's possible. I have no underlying conditions. I've never even smoked a cigarette in my life. Like I'm as healthy as it gets, and people are like, what? Right away, people will be like, well, you got something wrong with you, man? Like, no, there ain't nothing wrong with me. I just got it, man. And it affected me different than it affects you.
I would like to see people get the vaccine than to be in the situation I'm in. I have, I used to take care of my mom, and now my mom takes care of me. I have 3 kids who take care of me, and I'm unable to provide for them like I used to. And it's a big difference from where I am a year ago. I camped, I did all kinds of things. Now I barely walk and I have trouble breathing. I'm tethered to a dialysis machine 4 hours a day, 3 days a week.
Should people get vaccinated?
100%, absolutely everybody should get vaccinated if they're able to. Now we're at the point where it feels unnecessary that we are where we are.
From a cultural perspective, my ancestors weren't stupid. When there was a tool that was presented to them that would help make a job easier or help make life easier, they took advantage of it. Every single tool that came along, they took advantage of it. I see vaccinations as an important tool, and I don't believe that my ancestors would turn away from it, from something that obviously can at least lessen the effects of the disease.
why wouldn't you want to protect your people? And like, we already have so many outside forces coming against our tribe. I don't understand why they don't want to help, or at least not be a part of the problem.
So the biggest thing too is if you're vaccinated, just keep in mind that you can still spread the virus. You're protected, but there's a lot of people out there that can't get the vaccine because they're immunocompromised, they have allergies, and just continue to wear a mask, continue to social distance until we're through this. Just continue to do all the right things. Don't think because you're protected, everybody else is protected. Look out for your fellow human. Don't put them in the hospital.
The masking helps me help you. Even if you took that little bit of precaution, it helps you. And my son has said that too. He's 9 and he takes more precautions than most adults. He has foregone birthday parties, trick-or-treating, all the stuff that little typical kids do because he's afraid that he will bring COVID home to me again.
It's really hard for our communities to not be able to come together and support each other in the ways that we're used to doing that.
The funerals have multiplied through COVID, but the gathering has not. The gathering has decreased at a time when one of the things that really brought us together, even though it was for saying goodbye and for a sad situation, those gatherings included the entire community. And now they don't, they can't, and the community is tired. They miss that.
We really care for each other and we know each other and we pull together in times of celebration and in times of grief and loss. And having to change the way we do things at a crucial time in our efforts to maintain what we have, it's really scary because it'll be 2 years soon. But we have to try to work together to make it through this safely and not lose any more.
We could save a lot more lives. We could have stopped this a long time ago if everybody had just done what they were supposed to do.
This is our reservation. We hope that we have a higher rate and we're protecting our people, our elders, everybody, because we got to protect ourselves.
I am a warrior.
I will protect my people.
I am not afraid to make a stand.
I stand for truth. I love my people.
I am a warrior.
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 I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior.
I am a warrior.
Missing piece to the puzzle now. Could have been prevented if we did our part. Got bad blood with the government. Could barely trust any one of them. Don't know it's real, don't know it's fake, so it's hard for us to go and trust them. Gotta understand there's two sides to every story though. The science is real and I'm living proof. There's pros and cons in everything we do. Half the food ain't even safe to eat, but y'all still tripping by the shot though. Back then, if provided tools, we put them all to use. It's a modern tool that we must use, so don't be fooled by the fake news. Don't be fooled. I'm just a modern warrior, doing what I gotta do. Make sure my people straight.